There we go. I tried catching Jamie off guard, then it looks like he's busy with things. Well, welcome back to DT Koi. We've got a few talking topics for tonight, and hopefully Jamie's got a few topics he might think of to talk about, and I'm going to be interrupted by my kids. Please go to bed, please, sweetheart, because that's why I've been running a little bit late tonight. But anyway, let's go through a few comments. Welcome all to DT Saturday Night Live. Yep, thank you. Where were the Koi part of it, but thank you, Umber. Evening, Mr. DT and all. Evening, Charlie.
Evening, Charlie.
Evening. Well, this is at Umber Koi. Hi, mate. And obviously you. Evening, all. Will's Koi. Evening, all. So, hopefully I can keep up with the comments tonight, but if I don't, I don't. But
What
yeah,
can
have you
you
been
do?
up to much since the last live then?
Not really, no. But obviously the pond insulated. That video went live tonight, and that's all done. It's pretty much all ready for fiberglassing now. I've just got to find someone to fiberglass it for me.
And have you had any luck so far with finding somebody?
I've got a couple of options, but no one's confirmed a date or anything yet. So I'm just trying to nail someone down to come and give me a hand getting it done.
Well, I suppose as well you've got the UK weather, which ain't helping at the moment neither, is it?
No, not today. It's not. It ain't stopped.
No, it hasn't stopped all day, has it? I've had to go out today, and I'm like, do I really have to go out? I'm like, yes, I must go out. So
I've been out
yeah,
a couple of times.
And there was something. Well, one of the topics, sweetheart. No, oh, geez, Hallie, right. Just think of a topic, and I'll be back in a minute. Just so I'll sort my kid out, if you don't mind, Jamie. I'll be back in a second.
Right, no worries.
So just think of something. I'll be back in a.
Well, there you go, guys. Let me just turn my light, and I'm looking a bit dark. There we go. Now you can see me. Yeah, hope everyone's well. I can't actually see the comments. Not that I can put them up on screen, but there we go. So yeah, no, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm being attacked by a dog as well. But yeah, obviously DT is sorting out the kids. So we're what does he want to talk about? I think he wanted to bring up koi feeders today, auto feeders. So I personally don't have one on the main pond, but I do use one on the grow on. I did a video on that probably over a year ago now, when they were in the fish tank last year or the year before. No, but yeah, great little auto feeders for the fish tank, and now it's got two of them on the grow on pond. But what's people's thoughts on auto feeders?
Well, that was one of the subjects we're on about. I've got the super fish feeder, and for the amount of koi I've got, I don't know, I was feeding 3 mil. It was letting out a little bit too much out of the fish feeder for the amount of fish I had. So I eventually turned it off. So it was just giving out too much, and it was making my water tinge a bit yellow, which I presume was that the koi wasn't eating as much out the feeder, so obviously it was settling, and obviously then degrading into the water and not doing what it was meant to be doing. But I suppose if you have got a decent amount of koi on what pellet you're feeding, a fish feeder will be brilliant. Or, as some people do say, if your partner works different hours to you and can feed the fish a little bit more, then, it might work out all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even use one at all on the main pond. I only hand feed on that pond, but I've got 2 mini fish tank auto feeders that I've got on the grow on, because obviously they get fed 8 times a day, 2 or 3 by myself, and then the feeders go off another 6 or 7 as well.
What else was it? Yeah. So, have you seen any more advantage with using your sort of fish feeder on your smaller, your sort of grow on tanks and that?
Yeah, I have, because with koi, in my opinion, again, I don't know how true this is, but I mean, I've been keeping koi now a long old time, and when you're trying to grow koi, little and often seems to work better than a giant bucket load 2 or 3 times a day, So just giving them that little and often just seems to me to help the koi really grow. So yeah, I
Well,
do find it quite helpful on that.
have you tried it both methods, where you've tried the little and often, and also the where you obviously not literally, but you throw more than you would do little and
Yeah,
often to see if there is any difference between the two?
yeah. I've been raising koi fry now for this will be my 7th season, and I've only had the auto feeder for about year and a half, 2 years now. And yeah, the difference is phenomenal. I mean, the fish I've got out there at the minute, this is the first year that I've never heated the grow on as well, but yet some of them are still about 9 inches and over out there. So yeah, it's to me, it's more down to feeding than it is the excessive heat. They're sat at 18 degrees today, and they've been at 18 degrees now for quite a while. I think it drops a degree or two at night, and then creeps back up again during the day. Um, but yeah, it's to me, it's down to the feeding that gets them to grow. There still are a couple of little tiddlers in there that obviously get out competed for the food, but I still give them a big handful in the morning and a couple of big handfuls in the evening. Normally when I first get home from work, and then for their evening feeds before it gets pitch black, they'll have another handful. But then the auto feeder goes off, as I say, 6 times a day, just to keep food trickling in constantly throughout the day. As I say, I personally just think it makes them grow better. I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I'm being attacked by this one.
Well, you're getting attacked by that one. I'm getting attacked by mine. So we're all good here. But yeah, if you're seeing a change, the little and often approach must work for you.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting them not to have grown at all this year, because it's the first year. As I say, I've been doing it now for this is my 7th year, and this is the first year I've not heated the fry. And yeah, they seem to still be growing just as quick. Some of them quicker. I mean, I've got an Asagi out there in the grow on that's like that, and a couple of other fish about that size as well. So yeah,
Well, you know what you're doing is working well. Like when I've seen videos on Gaz's koi pond, when he's put pictures, a video up of Gaz's koi farm, how big them fry have become. So, like you say, you everyone seems to be getting it right this time. Whether it is the temperature's a bit higher, or like you said, feeding that little and often. It's just little. I suppose it's the little things that can give you that little bit more of an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just really looking forward to getting the grow on fully finished, so I can actually get better access to them, because I haven't done as many videos as I wanted to this year on the fry. Last year, I literally every other video was about the fry, but this year I haven't been able to do any because it's very hard working down that end of the garden, with all the crap in the way, basically.
Well,
So
hopefully, when you get everything finished, and you'll be able to then get things in the right sort of place, and
exactly.
like you said, finally get things how you want them and not as a temporary solution.
That's the plan. And the spawning I had of my own fry end of last year, September, October time, they're all growing really well as well. And they're all Benny Kikakiryu fry. So I'm really looking forward to letting you guys actually see them, because the grow on's been green now for so long because there's no UV on it. Nobody's really seen them unless they're munching on the food. So it'd be good to get them bowled up in some clear water so people can actually see what I've got.
Well, I thought for fry, I could be wrong, that the green water is better because it's got the algae and obviously you get insect life. And I suppose we only want it clear so then we can physically see our own fish, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the reasons I never bothered putting the UV. There's a 55 watt UV built into the pressure filter that's on the grow on. I could quite easily plug that in and have it clear probably in a day with a 55 watt UV, but I don't want it clear because I can barely get in there to film anyway. And it's just extra electricity when the fry prefer it green anyway. But,
yeah. And then, what was it? Yeah, the other one is I've seen 2 YouTubers have it now, where you've got that all in, is it 6-in-1, where you've got your pH, your TDS, your salt, your electric, summer, I think it is, that sort of meter. And I wondered if that will help quite a few koi keepers out longer term, because it gives you day-to-day monitoring of it rather than just your one test. Ali, go away, please. Rather than just your one test a day, you could go out twice, 3 times and just see if there is any difference in the day and fluctuations in your pH and stuff like that. It'll be very good to see what people's reviews of them are.
Absolutely. I've seen it on like yourself on both Mike's video and Andy's video from Koi Pond Lifestyle. And yeah, it does look like a real cracking bit of kit. And although it's still expensive, I mean, it's not a cheap bit of kit. It's a lot cheaper than the alternatives that are on the market already, like Blue Lab Guardian and a few other products. And this one seems to have more on it in terms of features for a little bit less money. So I say it's still expensive, but for what you get for it, it's more worth it, if that makes sense.
What? Sorry, I've just got one of my kids coming downstairs, so it's a bit hit and miss, but it won't be DT's lives without the odd problem here and there. But yeah, I totally agree. It might be an expensive outlay, but if you can get more, like you said, people have got salt pens, then they've got other bits and pieces. If you had it all in one like that one is, maybe it might work out cheaper overall.
Oh, it would do. I mean, if you get a decent salt meter, I mean, yes, you can find the like 10 quid ones on eBay and Amazon, but a decent proper koi one sets you back about 80 to 90 quid. And I think that unit is around 120, I think, if memory serves me correctly. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you're only 40 quid difference just from, testing your salt, and it does so many other things as well, like your pH and as you say, the electricity. Why you need to test that, I don't know, but it's always handy to know if you've got current circling through your pond, because it does happen, and it has happened. So it's handy to have, I guess.
Yeah, it like I say, it might be something I might look into in the future, and I think you have to test it. Recalibrate it once every 6 months.
Every 6 months, yeah.
You can still do your test kits and stuff, just to make sure how accurate it is. But if you can have if you can still have your readings all the time, as constantly there, then it'll be a lot better. Right. Give me 2 minutes. Sorry.
No worries.
Just have another talking topic, and I'll be back in 1 second while I sort these kids out. If you don't mind, Jamie, Jamie show just for 2 minutes.
The Jamie show. But yeah, has anybody else that's watching currently seen the gadgets we're talking about? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but yeah, Andy from Koi Pond Lifestyle's last video was about it, and Mike from Koi Beginnings has also just recently done a review on it. And has anyone else out there seen them? Think they're any good? Don't even know if the comments are up to date. Can't see. But yeah, I'm still being attacked by the dog. So, hello, Nala. Hello, Nala. Stage fright, look. Attacking me all down there. Get her on camera, and she's a statue. Oh, Mike's seen both videos. What do you think of them, Mike? Do you think they're worth the 120 quid that they are? I think they are, personally, but what do you guys think?
Well, we've got one. Sorry about that. It's all sorted now. Yes, I've seen both videos from Mike F. Martin's Koi Pond and Garden can't beat feeding your koi by hand. It's the best way. Whereas Umbercoy had a question on Gaz's Live where it was to do with wet herons was sort of using bread to lower the actual fish to the heron. So I don't know. With mine, I do feed. Mine ain't hand fed. I just with work and everything else, I haven't got time to hand feed them. But they do come close to me when I've got treats in my hand, like.
Yeah, a couple of mine do, but there's so many in the pond at the minute. I need to thin the herd again. They spook. It's not me that spooks them. They spook each other. What, like if one's up feeding and then another one comes up underneath it, it shits themselves, and I end up getting them soaked.
And then, like somebody said, Charlie Biff to Brown, the breast auto feeder I have is called the wife, which is what I say. If you're on different shifts and you can, feed your fish at different times, and it works out quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Umbercoy, just give a first on the live. Dave, I have a video next week on this and how to sort it to do with the auto feeders. So that'll be a good thing, Aaron. It might help a few people out. Oh dear.
Might help you out.
And then a good evening all from Gaz's Koi Pond. Evening, Gaz. And then got an evening captain. And then Gaz just wanted to pop in and say hi before I set off back home. I think he's been out on his travels today. So safe travels home, which is exactly what I say, safe travels. Right, and then like I said, the blue banner is at the top if you do want to come on the show. I know it's been a bit of hit and miss to start off with, but hey-ho, things do happen.
Mike's just mentioned the unit at the moment until tomorrow has got a 14% off. Oh, there you go, that one. 14% off discount, so it's only 100 quid, which for what it is, if you've got the cash kicking about and you're looking for that type of thing, it's a great bit of kit for what you get from what I've seen so far.
And if you're a welder fabricator like I am, I could build something just to make sure then it is waterproof, you see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I suppose that is one of the only drawbacks of it, that the actual monitor itself isn't waterproof.
Yeah.
And then, like Charlie Brifter Brown says, they looked at the Senai water monitor, but I think, would it Koi Water Plants and Rants, where he had a few problems to start off with that Senai water monitor thing, but I think it turned out it was he needed to was that every 30 days that you have to calibrate them? I think it is.
I'm not sure. I know it is with the Blue Lab Guardians, but I'm not sure about the Senai.
I haven't had the Senai, but it's something to look at. And then people have been asking me whether about the 300 subscriber giveaway. So I know we've only got 17 in the room and a few more may come in. So I shall be giving away my 300 subs, the DT Koi mug, which will be nice to add to somebody's collection, because somebody says they were rare as hen's teeth, which I think now I've got about 14 out there. So they're not as rare as what they used to be.
Well, I ain't got one.
Well, I haven't got one of yours neither.
I ain't got one of mine either. I've never had one of mine. No, there's only 2 people in the world that's got one of mine, and that's 2 people that bought them from the store.
I don't know. I think to have a store on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, though, don't you?
No, you can set up a store on day one if you want. It's just a merch store. You got T-Mill do it and Spring do it, and they both then link to YouTube, and you just make your merch or design your merch, and they make it, print it, ship it, and do everything else for you, and you just get the little bit of profit that comes with it, which is not a lot at all. I think out from a mug I make £1 something, and then from like t-shirts I get about £2, and yeah, it's not a lot.
So have you actually sold any?
Yeah, I've sold 6 items since I opened the store about a year ago, and I still can't withdraw any money because those 6 items totaled about £13 something, and you have to have 15 quid minimum to withdraw.
So what you're doing is you're like, well, somebody that's what the 19 people that are watching, well, one of them just buys something from Jamie Stoss and then you can transfer the money. Is that what you're hinting at?
No, well, one day. But I've just redesigned actually a load of new merch that I put on there a couple of weeks ago. But I've got some more ideas for better merch, and I'm going to swap some bits out as well. So
it's sort of watch your space.
Yeah, make it better. I can't make it any cheaper, unfortunately, guys. I don't have control over that.
Well, I've created my own T-shirt because I wanted to try and design a T-shirt, and it was thanks to Umber Corey, where I managed to hopefully, fingers crossed, when it comes next week, I should be able to, do a bit of my own merch and see how well it looks. If it looks garbage, then I'm not going to show you, am I? But it took a while to try and get it the way that it wanted to look before I sent it off to get printed. So hopefully it'll be well, and I might have a new mug then as well, which will be the Mark II. So, and apparently the unit is called Claritilla. At present, it's £107. So there we go, 107 quid. And don't forget the thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. Fish Farm, thank you very much. And then we've got it's Best Be Pinko T-shirt. These lot will never give up with this Pinko stuff. You do something well for charity and you wear a pink shirt and then you get the nickname Pinko. But, embrace it. And that's what it's about, innit? You've got to have a laugh.
There could be a lot worse nicknames people could call you, mate. So,
well, I don't know. If I don't know, then it don't matter, does it?
Well, this is true. This is true.
So, yeah, have you got any talking points or anything you want to add before I bring up the Grow and Show event for Craft It?
I've got some topics in my head, but I don't know whether it's ideal for live stream. But I'm struggling to nail down someone that can actually help me do this fiberglassing. So I'm umming and ahhing whether to try and give it a go myself. But yes, there's lots of videos, especially from Matt GRP Lining online, of the sort of process of doing it. But it's all the nitty gritty how-tos and percentages and all that. I'm sure that if I actually spent some proper time researching it, I could probably find out all that information. But the one thing I'm worried about the most is if I cock it up, that's a very expensive cock up, because obviously it's all the fiberglass materials, which ain't cheap. Plus it would then need re-insulating as well, and that weren't cheap. That was over 100 quid just to insulate it. So it's a case of, go on.
Wouldn't you be better off just building a sort of like a wooden box, say 3-inch by 3-inch square, and just try fiberglass in that to see how it reacts before you go and do your big pond, and just see how everything reacts and timings and stuff like that, or something a little bit bigger, maybe 6 by 6-inch square or something. Try something. If it don't work on one wall, try it on a different wall before you go guns blazing on your main pond, if you can't find anybody to fiberglass it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an option, but it's then a case of trying to mix the resin and hardener and whatnot in such a tiny quantity and try and get that right, because obviously you're only talking like 1%. So if you're only mixing like 100 mil, if you're a millimeter out on the hardener, that's going to make a massive difference when you're mixing it in bulk, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. It's a good idea in principle, but when you're only mixing like a little jugful to fiberglass, a small area, a couple of mil of hardener difference is going to make a massive difference to how quick it goes off. So it might react really well on the test and then go completely balls up on the main pond, or vice versa. I might go, no, I'm not going to do do the main pond because I've messed up the test. But yeah, I could have possibly done it on the main pond. So as I say, it's just a case of researching it, making sure I get the right amount of hardener and everything. Because I remember watching Lee Hatfield's video when he did the inside of his first pond, or was it his second pond? No, but when he extended it into his filter house, he'd made a little bit of a mistake, and it was blatantly obvious that he'd done it. I mean, people could, helped him out and advised him what he'd done wrong and that kind of thing. But obviously, he knocked his down and built a new one, so it was kind of irrelevant to him. But for me, if I was to do that, that's an expensive mistake if I needed to. Because again, I've also seen videos where, well, maybe not videos, but I've heard about people having lots of fish health problems because it's down to their fiberglass not being done correctly. And that if it's not done correctly, that can cause issues with your koi. So again, that's another reason I'm, need to make sure if I do go down the route of doing it myself, I need to make sure I get it right.
Well, I suppose it's asking like the Facebook groups and hopefully somebody might be able to ping you in the right direction, or at least sort of show you how to do it. I suppose if you've got someone local to you that don't mind doing it for you, then that's better because they do it day in, day out, or it's not something that I would ever attempt myself.
Yeah, I mean, I have got a few quotes from a few different fiberglasses. The problem is there's none around my area, so they're all traveling millions of miles, and either expensive because they need a hotel stay or B&B or whatever, or it's just expensive because they're going to try and get down here, get it all done in a day, and it's a lot of fuel and a lot of travel for some of them. I mean, one of the guys that I was recommended is about 198 miles away from me, and he gave me a quote, but obviously it was blooming expensive because of the distance.
And then Martin's Koi Pond again says, "Do it yourself, Jamie. It can't be that hard. It's a risk, but you may be a natural at it."
I may be, but if I do get it wrong, that again will wipe out my bank account, and it then won't get done or finished until next year. So yeah, I really don't want to have to make a mistake. Yeah, it is a risk, and I probably can do it. But is it a risk I'm willing to take? That just depends. I'm gonna give it a few more weeks and see if I can pin someone down to yes, I can come and help you, or yes, it will be this much. And if I can't, then I've found a supplier of resin and all that malarkey. So I can go and now get the materials, but yeah, it's just the risk. And as I say, if I mess it up, that's an expensive risk because the materials are going to set me back about 300 quid. And then obviously the insulation would need replacing as well. Well, there's another 100 quid. That's a £400 mistake minimum.
Yeah, I suppose in a way though, you could say the exact same if you buy a 4, 5, 6, pound koi. Well, even if you buy a £20 koi, with it being a livestock, you're always taking a certain risk with that as well, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the reasons I've never got into buying the really expensive, fully grown, ready-made koi. Like, I much prefer. I have bought 1 or 2 large koi, but not very expensive ones. But yeah, I much prefer. I mean, I've got two koi in the pond that I bought that were over 30 centimeters. Every other koi that's in my pond currently was a fry, and like literally like that big. But yeah, I'd much prefer watching them grow, and then if they're not what I want, I move them on. And it's the bit I love most about the hobby, watching them grow. Because I've got a fish in my pond at the minute that's a really nice Becco Shiro, and I mean really nice. But up until about 2 months ago, it was a Shiro Muji, and then in the last 2 months, all this Sumis started coming out, and it looks a real nice Becco Shiro now. But yet he was on my moving on list that was going to be the next lot to go up on eBay, but he's actually looking really nice now. So I might keep him another till the next list, until I get him pinned down again.
It's the same with showers. There's that, and obviously with your Sankeys and that, there's that much change between, like your Sumi or, like the between. Because I'm not very great at the names, so if I just go red, black, and all that, it'd be easier. But the amount that they can change between one season to another, it is just mind-boggling, isn't it? You might think one year, oh, that looks nice, and then the year after, you're like, well, the black's falling off it a little bit, but it's just having that bit of experience, how you can condition it and get it back, or maybe get it to even go a bit deeper and seeing what's underneath. Well, what's underlying just under the top of your koi, because you can see most of the Sumi and stuff coming through and the Bennett underneath the scales, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've got a fish in my pond that's been red and white since it was a tiddler fry, and it's now about 35 cm, and it's just started to develop again a shed load of Sumi. So it was a really ugly, £5 fish, but it now the Sumi's starting to come in and fill out the white on it. It's now sort of a 20 or 30 pound fish, and it's just crazy how much they can change. I mean, the two that spring to mind when you're talking about change, I know obviously showers and Sankeys do, but that's normally more about the Sumi placement, because that can obviously come and go. But the two that spring to mind for me are the Kamonryu and the Matsukawabaki, because they literally change with the season.
Well, you can see that. Obviously, I know I'm going about Gaz and that, but you can see it on his videos. That fish he got off of Vince, because it was an Achiever, then it went to Kamonryu, and now it's going back to an Achiever again. And just Deutz? That change. You what?
Is it Deutz?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what Kamonryu is, isn't it? It's the Deutz, because you got. I can't. Yeah. We need British names for Japanese fish, really, don't we? So it's easier to say. So if you get it wrong,
the Kamonryu is known as the dragonfish, so you can call it the dragonfish. That's the English name.
And then the question I've got on here, so I didn't forget it: can a Venturi work on a gravity-fed system?
Remind me, what's a Venturi?
The Venturi, I believe, is where you get I think you force air through your
the oxygenator things. I don't think you can. I think that needs to be under pressure. I don't know. I suppose it depends how much of a full your gravity system works and how much pressure it's coming out, because it needs to be pressurized water to suck in and force the air. So I suppose if you've got enough pressure in the pipe, sorry, I was just reading Will's comment then. But yeah, if you've got enough pressure in the pipe, there shouldn't be any reason why it can't work, but it does need to be pressurized water. So as long as your water flow is strong enough and hard enough, then yeah, it should be able to draw in air and oxygen.
Because that Sean Leonard put, Charlie, yes, mate, returned back from the filter, pump fed to pond. So Gaffer is on about that Venturi, I believe. And then Mike F replied to you, if you're not keen to do it, call the machine Lee Atfield. It might be
he's a million miles away. He's over in Wales. I'm on the east side of the country. He's on the west.
And then the mother-in-law #dragon. You said it, Paddy, and I call him Paddy because it looks like Paddy from Emmerdale. I've never watched it. What's somebody else's comment? So I looked on Google, Paddy from Emmerdale, and it proper looks a spitting image of Paddy. If you've never watched it, just look at it and then watch Will's video, and you'll see what I mean. And like I said, if I'll bring up if I do that, the Grow and Show for Crafty, for his Grow and Show, mute the gear. Oh, right. Select screen and window, that one, entire screen, that one, allow. So if I jump to that one, oh, add to stream, go to that one. You see that, Jamie, all right? Because now I've done that, I can't see.
Yeah, I can see it.
So the perfect with Crafty is doing the growing show event of Kohaku, but I'll just quickly play it anyway. The Morantaro Jumbo Tosai for 200 quid on Saturday the 29th of July at 3 p.m, which is next weekend. And like I said, unfortunately, I've had to pull out of the event, unfortunate, for reasons that are a bit out of my control, but it is what it is. But they are stunning koi, and especially for that price. And I think there's some that are 30 to 35 cm, and I've been down to see them, and they are actually quite. If I go back on that one, remove that one, they are quite something else for the price what you're getting. You probably won't be able to get a Kohaku of that body, obviously the pattern and the shape and everything else. You won't be able to. I don't think you'll be able to get that anywhere else in the UK at that sort of price, personally.
Not for the breeder and quality of, no. I mean,
No.
you can easily find large koi at that price, but you're not going to get the same sort of breeder and stature of fish. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly worth the money if that's what you're into. But I mean, I've not even opted in for it on this occasion for 3 different reasons. One, I've already got 6 Kohaku in the pond, so I don't need another one. 2, my pond's overcrowded anyway. And 3, all my money's tied up building this new pond. So,
and then the WKP, it's all about koi. Hi, when your media is in a moving bed goes brown, is it matured with bacteria or is it just staining from whatever is in your pond? Well, my personal experience of it is that when if it is K1 sort of the KK, all the plastic sort of media that was white, I believe when it starts to go brown that it is mature, and obviously it allows the bacteria colony to then grow and allow more, and obviously the dead ones to fall off when it goes brown. That's my view of it. What's your sort of view of that, Jamie?
I've got a slightly different opinion and view on that, because I've had lots of different medias, and it's something you can only learn from experience, in my opinion. But when something is coated with bacteria, there is a very slight brown sandy tinge to it. But you can turn media brown instantly by soaking it in PP. Now, after a PP dip, the media goes brown as you like, but obviously, for 1, it's new media, 2, it's been in PP, so 3, there is no bacteria on it whatsoever, yet it's gone brown. So it's a case of watching your media, and after keeping it for a year or 2, you'll know the colour of the bacteria that you're looking for on it. Because after I do a PP treatment in the pond, if I open up the drum, my media is like dirt brown. But then after a couple more months, that will start to drop off, and it starts to then recolonise the sort of sandy golden sort of colour. That colour.
Yeah. Because it's more of your sort of a lighter sort of brown. Because when I've had it, when me Nexus and obviously all the K1's risen quite close to the top, and when I've dropped it and one little bit of K1's been stuck out way somewhere, and then when I've come to clean it like 3 or 4 days later, that one bit has then turned white again on mine.
Yeah.
That's how I personally see it, is, that mine's matured, but like you say, if you do a PP, but I suppose it's that sort of lighter brown rather than the darker brown, if that makes sense.
Yeah, bacteria has got a very sort of sandy colour to it. If you've ever sort of cleaned out a really dirty filter, like when you're wringing out sponges, if you've ever used sponges and you're wringing them out, the brown water that comes out of that, 90% of it is not fish waste, it's dead bacteria, or loose bacteria, shall you say. And it's that kind of light muddy brown color, almost like sand, that comes out. And It's why people say you shouldn't ever clean a filter with a hose pipe, because you're automatically then going to start killing the bacteria. And I know there's a big argument to and from whether you can use a hose pipe or not. Personally, I don't think chlorine is overly that harmful to koi, because I've sometimes had to just chuck on the hose pipe in either heat waves or because I've lost a lot of water or whatever and not had any dechlorinator to hand and just had to stick the hose pipe on. And it's not affected the koi in any way, shape or form. What does happen though is it destroys all the beneficial bacteria in your pond and in your media, and then you end up, starting again from scratch, and you're getting your ammonia spikes and your nitrite spikes. So that's one reason I would never just use a hose pipe without any form of dechlorinator or dechlorination stuff, not because of the chlorine, but because of the filters.
Well, mine, I'd flip it the other way around. I've sort of thought I'll just do a test for self-preference. I've always run mine through a 3-stage all the time, and I thought this time I'm just going to try it with a tap water and just keep on top of the test results. And I didn't bother filming it because it was just something I wanted to do. And for me, I've done it. So I've done seven water changes, and every time I've tested it the day after, and mine hasn't changed whatsoever. Obviously, the KH has slightly gone up or down a bit, but that's with the bacteria and other bits, taking the KH from the water or, But generally,
your water you're putting in is going to have a slightly different KH to whatever water was in your pond. I mean, my tap water comes out at 5, I think, KH, whereas my pond sits at 4. So if I do a big water change, it does rise it up a bit.
Well, my KH out the tap is 9, and then in the pond it's 6.
Oh, I'd love to have a KH at 9 out of tap. That's like perfect.
Well, at least I don't have to buffer it up. But
absolutely.
I think on the NT Labs, I think it says between 6 and 9 KH is all right. I have had it a bit lower, but I've left it because I believe personally, as long as you've got it stable, then you haven't really got a problem. If your fish are happy at that level, then I don't see it being a problem.
Yeah, with KH, like you say, KH and pH are kind of run alongside each other. If you've got a good stable KH, you're going to have a good stable pH. But with the KH, the reason I like to try and keep mine higher is I think personally koi do prefer a lower KH, but the downside is the filters prefer a higher KH, and so do most of the treatments. They all sort of use and deplete the KH. So the higher the KH when it comes to treatments, the better your treatment seems to work. And because I've always had 2 or 3 ponds sort of on the go, I've proven that to myself time and time again, even with PP. I've done a PP dip in the main pond where I try and keep it a KH of 8 using bicarbonate of soda, and it works every time. But the Thrive Mat, because I don't put any buffers or anything in there, I just let that do its thing and run its course. PP treatment doesn't work very well in there because it's always at a very low KH, always at sort of 3 or 4. And after a PP treatment, it's always dropped by a couple more KH as well, and then I have to top it back up with tap water to rebuffer it.
And good evening, Paddy. How are we doing? Oh God!
Do you know what? I've got a surprise for you now, Pinko.
Oh God! Here we go.
Right? No, listen. You'll like this, lad. Right? So, I've done a tree for auction this week, right? And funny enough, I never got no bids on it. But I'm away next week on holiday. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the tree back up for auction. So that'll be on my page for 2 weeks, right? Whatever it goes for, I'll donate it to your mum's charity, lad.
Oh God! I thought it was going to be something really bad. I thought,
well,
it's going to be something.
Look, pink.
That is definitely pink, and it actually looks quite nice, actually.
So
These are really
whatever it auctions off for, lad, I'll donate to your mum's charity for you. Is that all right?
Yeah, cheers, Will. And your hands must be like this all the time when you're dealing with all that wire stuff. I couldn't do that.
No, well, I've learned a new way from the Japs today on YouTube. But yeah, I enjoy it and keeps me busy. But yeah, that's my little gesture from you, lads, for you.
Thank you, Will. And then you've got the Pinko tree with
That's
thumbs
it.
up from Mr. Tropical Coy.
It's 2 shades of pink, you know. It's the reason I did order red, but I think it was your missus saying, "I'm gonna get a pinko one."
I've never seen red.
It is stunning. It is nice.
It does look really nice. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so I'll donate that to your mum's charity for you, lad. All right. So
Thank you very much. Will.
Be about 2 weeks' time. I'll just leave it on my page. I'll do a little video tomorrow. But I just thought I'd jump on and do that for you. So I'm away now. I'm gonna go and feed my sheep. I'm gonna go away and feed my sheep.
Oh yeah, go on. Ta-da! See, but this is what I like about the koi community. We all sort of come together for different reasons and help one another out. And to be fair, the way Will comes across, it just seems like a brilliant guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, the skill it takes to make them kind of bonsais as well. He's selling them for ridiculous pennies. So guys, for Dave's charity and Will's tree, get over and place a bid on it. I think the starting bid on that tree is 25 quid. For those of you that went down to the koi show, there was a similar tree, not that colour, but a similar tree to that was priced up at over 200 quid. Well over 200 quid. There was a couple around 300 quid. So get over, place a bid on that tree and get it moving for the charity.
There we go. And if Will's, well, he might be still listening, but it's for brain tumour research is the charity. And obviously it's just something that were close to me, which you all know about. Now, if you haven't, then check a few previous videos because I've done a bit about it. And also there's a video on Gaz's Koi Pond on his channel where we did the walk. Well, he did like, I don't know, maybe about a third, maybe just over a third of the walk with me, and he did it all live on YouTube. We did try getting them to collab together, but what happens sometimes when you're live, it just don't work out very well. As I prove near enough every time I come live, something always happens. If it's not a sign falling or if it's not a screen falling, it's something else. But and then I've got a new subscriber here and Blanket. Hello. Well, hello, Caleb, Shirley. Let's talk fish. So go and check out their channel down there. If you post your link to your channel, Caleb, then people can have a look at it because all my moderators, I think, are on holiday today. Oh, no, Mr. Tropical Coin might be. So if you do that for me, please, Mike, that'd be much appreciated. And like I said, the blue banner is at the top. Why am I trying to point? The blue banner is at the top of the comments. If anybody else would like to join us live, anybody is welcome on. Some new guests. If you wanted to pop on, then you're more than welcome to. So, yeah, that's... should I... oh, dear. Should I start trying to get people to do my 300 subscriber giveaway on the live tonight? I know we've got 19 in.
Well, then they've all got a damn good chance of winning it.
So you all, technically, I've got a good chance of winning, and that includes you, Jamie, because obviously with you not having the mug, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, go on then.
Go on then. So we'll see if you are wanting to be in on it, then just type in the comments. Just type in 300. That'll make it easier. So if you want to be within the chance of winning the DT Koi mug, then please put in 300 because that's the 300 subscriber giveaway, and I'll do it live on my show. And if there's only 18 watching, I know we've had a few more in, then just type in 300 because if you don't type in 300 probably within the next 5 minutes, then looks like Jamie's going to win it outright by looks of it. But if there is any questions or topics that anybody in the chat would like us to talk about, then drop them in the comments below, and then we can talk about that topic. Or if you want to come on to the show and talk about that's a new one, Koi Dreams. So as soon as you do a giveaway, some of them then start typing woohoo. No, I'm gonna. But like I said, if you if anybody does want to come on and have a chat with us or a talking topic, then feel free to do so.
I think Fenton Lad really wants to win it.
Wheels of names. There we go. So, all right, yeah. So if I do this, present, share screen, that one.
Dave?
Yes.
While you're doing that, WKP has just put a good question up. Can you pop that on the screen, and I'll talk about that while you're playing with your screen?
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Yeah. So that one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah. So WKP is asking about flukes and how have we found the flukes this year, basically, long story short. And what do we think of the dosage rates? Well, in my opinion, I've not been too bad with flukes this year, and that's because I personally do disagree with the dosage rates that come on the packets and bottles. I've proper hit mine hard this year with treatments. After listening to a bit of what Koi Wholesale have said, a bit of what Daz from Skeggy Ponds has said, and a few other people out there, I thought, well, if they're going to dose it in that way, which I think they said a full dose on day 1, then a half dose on day 2, and another half dose on day 3, which makes a double dose over 3 days. I thought, well, I 2.5 years ago, I had flukes that I just could not get rid of. Treat for flukes, scrape 7 days later, they're still there. Do it again, 7 days later, they're still there. And that went on and on and on and on. And I thought, no, I'm not going through that again this year. So me being me, I thought, live or die, let's give it a go. And I did double dose day 1, straight in. But well, they're either not going to like it and I'm going to dump a shed load of water and do a big water change, or they'll be absolutely fine and I won't have any flukes in the morning. And lo and behold, it was the second option. 7 days later, scraped 4 koi and didn't find a single fluke, not even a dead one. So that's what I did this year. I don't recommend it because it's not something I would ever say go out and do. But my personal taste, I do disagree with the dosage rates on the packets, but that's for you guys then to make up your own mind and make up your own decision, because it is a risk. If you go against what it says on the packet, there can be errors, there can be mistakes, you can lose fish from it. So it's a gamble. I've just watched Lee Hatfield's more recent video as well, and he accidentally double dosed with a all-round treatment. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, but the Cloverleaf Absolute that claims to kill every parasite, he accidentally double dosed with that, and his fish have all come out again absolutely fine. So take from that what you will. I don't recommend it, but I would, the way I would play it, which is how I learned and how I did my pond, is start the recommended dose. If you've still got flukes a week later, big water change, do a little bit more than the recommended dose. If you've still got flukes a week later, do it again, but a little bit more, and just keep upping it that little bit more until you've got no more flukes. That way, there's very little risk to your fish, because you're not just going heavy in with a double or whatever dose. So that's how I would play it if you're struggling with flukes.
I do that. Looking, dashing tonight, Will. You just need your flat cap to finish the look. Them, honestly, I don't know what they're on about it. And like Will's put there, it's been a mad year for treatments. It certainly has. And then to finish his question, the effects, the dosage rates. But it's one of them, like you said, if you go against what it says on the packet, on the tin, whatever you want to, you buy it as, then you're taking your own risk by doing it that way.
Yeah.
And if I present the share screen, yeah, that one. So if I do that one, allow, so then that's there. So if I bring that up, can you see that spin the wheel screen?
No, not,
Oh,
I can see a screen, but not a spin the wheel.
right, if I put that on there, now can you see it?
Yep, there you go.
Right. So is there anybody else that wants to get onto that list? It's to win the chance to win the DT Koi mug. So all you have to do is type in the comments 300 before we do it. So then we've got dosage rates are always on the side of caution. But do you think any of the doses would work better? All right, if I just stop sharing a minute. But do you think the dosage would work better on less fish in your pond, or would it work on any amount of fish in your pond? I suppose it's one of them, isn't it?
That's not something that's ever been sort of scientifically worked on and proven, so that it's an almost impossible answer to answer. The dosage rates are done on a water volume, so it's about how big your pond is, not the level of fish that are in it. There is no packet out there that will say, oh yeah, this is suitable for a pond of this size with this many fish. And I don't know if it's ever physically been tested. The way that treatments are tested is they get live fluke, put a dosage on the actual slide of flukes or petri dish, whatever they're using, and see if it is strong enough to kill them. If it kills the fluke at that concentration, so I don't know, 1 mil per 100 milliliters or whatever, if that killed a fluke, then they would say, right, well, that's the amount that we need to do. So 1 mil for 100 milliliters would be 10 mil for 1,000 milliliters, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a hard one to say whether the amount of fish in a pond would affect it, because it's never been tested before. So I can't answer that one for you, I'm afraid.
But I suppose if you put it as the instant that people are having a bother with flukes, if you took, I don't know, just for argument's sake, you had 20 koi in your pond. If you took out 5 of them, then you're going to still have to treat them 5, because without scraping them, how do you know that you still haven't got flukes on them? So then you're still probably treating again for the other ones that you've taken out your pond.
Well, look at it this way, Dave, right? Look at flea treatments on dogs. Whether your dog's got 1 million fleas on its body or 1, the amount of treatment that you give the size of the dog is the same. It's not the amount of fleas, it's the size of the dog. So to me, the ponds are the same. It's not the amount of fish you've got in the pond, it's the size of the pond. But I couldn't tell you if having more fish in there would make a treatment more or less effective, or whether it even affects the treatment whatsoever. So as I say, until it's physically tested, which scientifically would be very, very difficult, because again, one fish might be easy to heal and another fish might not be. So it's a good question, very good question, but almost impossible to give you a straight answer on, I'm afraid.
And that is a new Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes. So if you want to check out their channel, then just click on it or copy and paste it into YouTube. But is there any more for any more? And also, as well as, should we do it as a knockout or just the first person wins? And I'm sorry if I go a bit blurry. It's because the blooming fly ends up on the screen. Because I don't know about you, but for some reason lately, I've had the flies just in house, and I'm like, where did they just come from? They're just all over. But I don't know if it's because Chop Tank's in house now that I didn't have last year, or what. I don't know.
Do you follow Ronald McDonald on Westcliff, Coy?
Probably not, because I might not have seen his channel when I obviously originally shut mine down.
Fair
So
enough.
we're going.
If you look him up after this live, he's just shown a fly catching device that he's recently bought off Amazon or whatever. And I tell you what, this thing had like 10,000 flies in it. It's like I've just ordered me a set. It's a great bit of kit.
And they said it's Dr. Anthony here, so maybe they're more. I think they're more about the cold water bits, or the ornamental, so it'd be tropical and stuff as well, wouldn't it? And then everyone's saying knockout. Sorry, Graham, I will get back to it. Knockout and Graham Taylor. Even a couple of years ago, I spoke to one of the vets who created float soles. She said dosage was per litre of pond water.
Yeah. That's exactly what we were just saying. It's about the size of your pond, not the amount of fish you've got in there. It may affect it, it may make a difference, but it's impossible to say.
Remember, this is the last chance before I do. Obviously, more people going to knock out. If you do want to be in a chance to win for the 300 subscriber giveaway, then please just type in 300, because we've got a few names on the spin the wheel, and I'll bring that screen up so everyone can see it. So the last chance, type in 300, or you snooze, you lose. You've got probably another minute to type in 300, because we're on 1 minute 2. So then we've got Sharpie there. Yeah, that Sharpie. I'll just put in there. So yeah, I think that'll be the last. Oh, and then someone just switch from one to the other, then you get the other one, Simon. And I think that is about it. And by the sounds of things, everybody wants it as a knockout. Just sub them. Thank you very much, Finland lass. And then we got Sharpie, and then we've got Mike 300 say Mike 300, Mike F saying 300. If I get my words out right, I'll just put that one on there. So Mike,
put your teeth back in, Dave.
There we go. And I think that'll be it now, because hopefully, if I present, share my screen, do that one, try again, that one. Well, if I do entire screen, allow. So then if I go to that one, move to a new window. So hopefully then if I minimize that, I can still see everybody. And can you still see? You can't see that spinning wheel now, can you?
Yeah, I can still see it.
Right, there we go. We'll have. Oh no, I've moved that to the wrong place now.
Will's car, do they get a box of Yorkshire tea with it?
No, they don't get Yorkshire tea with it. But whoever wins, they can either have a little bit of coffee or they can have a little bit of tea with it. How about that for 300 subscriber giveaway? There you go. So here we go. It's a knockout. Have I missed anybody off of that list? I don't think I have. So I don't know. There's nobody else there. So now it's a spin of death. Oh, I've done it again like a plebeian. Here we go. So fingers crossed, see what happens.
I'll be out first.
Oh, no. Corey Dreams is out.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Sorry, dude. Let's try again.
I better not win it, because I'm going to call it a fix. Although I want it.
You can't help it, can you? Sorry, no. Leo from Umbercoy.
No. Sorry, mate.
I think you've already got one of my mugs anyway, but you know. Let's see. I've never done this spinner wheel malarkey before, so hopefully it goes all right. Sorry, Anthony, if I've got it right, or Dr. Anthony. Sorry. I tell you what, I'm not even going to bother saying sorry this time. Good luck to whoever the winner is. And if you've entered it, so we'll see what happens. Oh, Sai, is it Sai or Kashi? Oh, sorry, Kashi. Very close, though, very close.
Yeah. Almost on the line.
And here we go. You're still in it, Jamie, so you never know what might happen.
I've got my fingers crossed.
Oh, that was close. Sorry, mate. I did. Sorry, Mr. Tropical. Let's keep on going because there is a few. I know we've only got 28 watching, and if you've just joined us, I'm just doing my 300 subscriber giveaway for my mug. And then you get a choice if you choose to, whether you want a tea bag in it or maybe a little bit of coffee in it. That's up to you. You don't have to. Sorry, Will. You know, I can't rig it, Will. Sorry.
I can't even read the names. I'm like trying to get close to the screen.
Well, if I make it slightly bigger.
Oh, it's not that. Most people. I'm on my phone, and I can't.
Yeah.
I got all the live things all around the screen, so it's even smaller for me.
Sorry, Finland last. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be this time. And now we're down to the last 2, 4. Oh God, last 8, I think it is, or 7. Oh, it's 8 entries left. Sorry, WKP. But good questions on the live tonight. I appreciate every comment that people put in and a bit of banter that we do have on the Saturday night lives. It's quite fun. Sorry, Charlie Brifter Brown. It was just easier to put Colin than it was Charlie Brifter Brown. Here we go again.
That would fit in the wheel, would it?
It probably would, but it'd be about the year big because it'd be that long, wouldn't it?
You'd never read it.
No. Sorry, Paul.
Oh my God, I'm still in it.
Yeah. You're getting a little bit nervous now. You're getting to the last few.
I am. I'm proper looking for my name. I can't see.
Yours is the last red one.
Oh, hello.
Sorry,
Red
no,
one. I thought the colours changed.
You're red. Up North Koi Pond's blue. My Kef is green and Sharp is yellow.
Oh, come on, red.
Well, no, you don't want red at the minute because
no, yeah, don't want red. I've probably jinxed it myself now. Yeah, there you go.
You just have now, haven't you? So at least people can't say it was a fix.
No. Oh well.
Sorry, guys.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck now. There's 3 left. Here we go. Oh, who's it gonna be? Oh. Sorry, Mike F. Now here we go. It's now between Sharpie and Up North Koi Pond. So we'll see whoever is the left is the winner. So here we go. Good luck to all of you.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, who's it going to be? Oh. There we go. Si from Up North Koi Pond. I'll just spin the wheel. Obviously, you know, you have now won the DT Koi mug. Obviously, if you hit me up on the email address on the About tab, then, yeah, you will have won. And I'll be able to then send out the mug to you. And if you wanted, as somebody put in the comments, if you do want a bit of tea or if you do want a little bit of coffee, I'll put some in it for you.
Well done, Si. Congrats, mate.
Well done to you. And then I've just got a comment. Can't believe they left me dead out. Well, if they didn't put it on, then plus you've already got a mug anyway, Leo. Battle of the Derbyshire. Unlucky Sharpie. And so someone tells Skeggy I lost for once. Oh, that she lost for once. Yeah, because she kept winning.
Yeah.
And I did see you come up the Rich, but it was because I didn't spin the wheels, so I wasn't very good with the spin the wheels. So if you did join back on, that was the only reason why, because I couldn't do 5 things at once. Because I'm not very technically advanced when it comes to PCs. Oh, don't send any of that Yorkshire tea filth, though. So what you're saying is you're wanting some coffee. Is that what you're saying? There's not wrong with Yorkshire tea, by the way. So yeah, I think that went quite well, and you was in it for quite a while as well, Jamie. To be fair, there.
Yeah. I almost thought I was going to have a win. I didn't have a win in over a year, but Next time.
Well, should I do just because it's 300 subscriber giveaway and something a little bit different? Should I do the Mark II mug, or should I not tell anybody? Well, I've sort of already said it now, so I'll tell you what.
No, bit late now, isn't it?
Oh, it is. For the ones that didn't manage to win, and the one that might have, I've mispleased, or should have had extra names. I'll do it one last time, but this is the Mark II mug. And obviously it's the Mark II because now you can actually hang it like that and see them. And then on the back, hopefully you can all see that. Keep calm, keep coy. And like I say, you'll be able to put it on a hanger with this one. So does anybody want to do a round 2 for everybody that hasn't? See, look at it. It looks like it's a positive. So if you all type in, I suppose, round 2, and then, oh, God. Si, you've already won one. You can't win another one. Well, do you really want 2 of my mugs, Si? Well, if you want to, I don't mind. So if I can then do... open another tab and do it again. If somebody brings up a subject as well, if they don't mind, so then I can do this. And because Jamie doesn't mind being the co-host, he's doing a great job, by the way. Thank you very much. When I've had the odd problem I've had to sort out.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So we'll minimize that to there. And if I make that smaller. Right, so we've got round 2. So now we've got, oh God, why did I do all this? Right, there we go. Right.
Well, you started it. You could have kept the milkshake.
I could have done, but now I'm going to go all the way back up to you because you put it first. Everyone put 300, but it's actually need to set round 2. So there we go. So we've got keeping it.
Oh yeah, Cashy, you're doing a ground show as well at the moment, aren't you?
Well, there will be. Well, if he wants to come and talk about it, then he can certainly come on.
Come live, Cashy, and tell everyone about your grown show.
And then obviously then North Koi Pond, Will's Koi.
Amber Koi's already on round 4.
Budget Pond Keeper. You need to put round 2 Budget Pond Keeper. Yorkshire tea is a lot stronger than PG's Tetley, especially when I used to drink the coffee. I can't now. So Cashew, round 2. So there we go. Okay, love. No, she's just telling me she's got more Yorkshire tea on the way, which is a bonus. So that means
come on in a minute.
Travel size for them.
I nearly said that wrong then. Sharp. Well, sorry, I nearly spelt that wrong. Sharpie. Koi, Paul, Adley, Umber Koi, you're already in. Simon Cheers, Scribe.
He's leaving anyway. Why is he still here?
Oh,
Will.
I think you were on about it. We're coming off the actual live bit, and then we're just staying in.
He's tricking everyone.
Simon S.H. Cheers. Scrag. What? You've already got one of my mugs, Scrag. Yeah, you want another one? Koi Dreams, round 3. No, I'm not going round 3. No, sorry, I ain't got that many mugs.
He's done a round 4 as well in a minute.
Hey, the next one I'll be saying, where's one of your mugs? We'll give one of yours away.
I can't even get one myself.
Cashier, yeah, picked one out. Don't forget Leo and Aaron. They're already. Has anyone got a pump or pressure filter they don't want? So what else? I think if I share my screen and I'll go through the names. Share screen, yeah, that one. Entire screen.
This is where you lose everything now.
Go on that bit. So
there you go.
There we go. So we've got Keeping It Koi, Humber Koi, Up North Koi Pond, Will's Koi, Cashy Koi, Sharpie Koi, Paul Adley, Finland Lass, Simon Shears, Greg 68, Koi Dreams, Mike F, and then obviously Leo, because that's his other bit. So if there's anybody else that wants the Mark, oh dear, I'm dropping everything here now. The Mark II mug, then you've got to type in Mark II just for the last
Round
bit there.
two.
Round 2, Mark II. So, yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
So that's the names I've got in so far. And like I said, there we go. Because I can just see the comments. WKP. I'll just leave it WKP. Is anybody else? If there's anybody else, and then we've got. Right, here we go. I'm going to type the full name this time. Charlie Bifter Brown. There we go. I'll polish, but put one too many E's in Charlie. Right, there we go. That's that one. Any more for any more? The last one.
Going twice.
It's like doing an auction again. Right,
Yeah.
so there we go. We can all clearly see that now then, can't you? So I can see everything as well. Oh, when it don't do that again. I'm just trying to slightly move it so I can see us at the same time.
Yeah.
There we go. Good luck. Right, last chance. Anybody? Budget Pond Keeper. Just in time because you nearly missed it. Budget Pond Keeper. There we go. There we go. That is the last orders.
MK2 round 2.
Again. If I can get it to go where it needs to go. There we go. Right. Good luck, everyone. And obviously it's a knockout again.
Oh, Mike. That's sweet.
WKP. Second time, unfortunately.
Oh.
Sorry. And then we'll go again. Oh, it started going a bit of a pause, and I thought, oh, God, here we go. Mike F. Sorry, bud. Better luck next time. Maybe if I can get to 600. Who knows? There might be something else on the cards.
You'll get to
I
6.
normally do 500, but I've done that one before. Oh, who's that one going to be? Oh, sorry, Leo. Sorry. That would just in your border.
Or mine?
No, Leo from Umbercoy. Yeah, Finland last. Sorry, second time. Unfortunately, you're out. So you don't win every time, unfortunately. And if anybody that has just joined, I'm doing the giveaway for my Mark II mug, which is the Keep Calm, Keep Koi, and then on the other side, DT Koi. So you can hang it like that, or if you wanted, even that way around. Sorry, Sharpie.
You watch Sire win it again, you watch.
Yeah. Everyone about fix. I'm like, it's not, I'm doing it live. So, there's no chance of fixing here.
Not on these ones.
Sorry, bud. Whereabouts? You're that blue one there.
Right.
I don't know why.
Not that I can still see it after it spins, but if I know I'm blue.
Sorry, Charlie Bit Brown.
Well, it was me then. Can say, if you just jinxed me again.
Well, I'll tell you what, should I go for a shuffle so everybody moves about?
Go on then.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Here we go. Good luck, everyone, again. Just thought I'd give it a bit of a shuffle this time. So if anybody thinks there isn't. Oh, is it Will or is it Jamie? Is it Will or is it Jamie? Is it Will or Jamie?
Me. Never mind.
Well, you should have not said, no, I don't want to shuffle. Might have been all right then. It's just as bad as when Will's Koi were on. So-and-so's going to win this, so-and-so. And then that name came out straight after.
That's always the way, isn't it?
Oops. Sorry, Will, if I just jinxed you.
Stop saying names or we'll get blamed for cheating.
Go like that now. Not say a word about names. Unlucky Scrag. Here we go again. And then after this, I'll see how many we've got left. Sorry, Si. Not to be. So it would have been nice 2 mugs going to one place, but So we've got
Save on post.
yeah, 5 more now. Good luck, everyone. And Kashi, I can't see you I can see you in the background, backstage, but unfortunately, there's no picture there. So if you want to disconnect and then try reconnecting again, please. Here we go, down to the final 4. Sorry, Umbercoy. Now we're down to the final 3.
Who's it gonna be?
Well, who do you not want it to be? Because you want the names left in here. Now, I'm sorry, but if Kashi wins this, there's something not right, is there? Because it just come on. Here we go. Good luck to either one.
Drum roll.
Oh, sorry, I've said name again, Anna.
Yeah, you jinxed it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Every time we go throughout that, come out next.
And then obviously for the winner, Paul Hadley. Well done.
You know who that is, don't you?
No.
That's Linda's of Wrath.
Well, either way, you've entered anyway. So if you send me your if you send me via email your address, then I can get it sent out to you because it's on my about tab on my YouTube page.
Well done.
Sorry,
Paul,
I should have said your name, should I? But it's one of them, and it happens.
Absolutely. It's still coming to Peterborough though, because Paul only lives up the road from me. So,
well, Cassius froze. Look at him. He's in the same place. So
I couldn't even see him.
Well, it come up on mine. So then we've got. I'll go through a few of these while he's thinking. If I win, Mike F says, if I win it, Jamie, I'll let you have it.
Bless you.
Good luck, Mark 2. Good luck, all. And Humber. And then to his son, unlucky Leo. Now this time you've got device not connected, Cashew. Charlie Brifter Brownwell. It's one of them. If I win again, Leo can have it. And then everyone laughing. Don't worry, Si. Like I said, he's already got the Mark 1. Evening, AMC. How we doing?
Evening.
AMC. Come on, Simon Shears, AMC. And then congrats to the second winner.
No.
I'm nicking it off of Paul. Well, we can't be doing that because it's Paul's mug. He won it fair and share on the live. So, hopefully he hasn't frozen this time because it looks like it's frozen again. Yeah, it's frozen again. All right, third time lucky should we go for?
I bet he's not on Wi-Fi. I bet he's doing it on roaming.
I don't know because I've always done it when I'm on my Wi-Fi and I'm always close to route because my router is just in not that corner. I always get confused. Unfortunately, Paul, as I've said, I'm not actually going to the Grown Show event anymore because something's cropped up. So unfortunately, I can't do the Grown Show event. So my apologies for that, Finland lass. Unfortunately, I won't be going. Froze again. I'll go again. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'll try again. That's not a problem.
I think you should consider going.
Go sit next to your router, Kashi.
Yeah, just go to your router, give it a good shake, put it back down again, and then hopefully it'll work for you.
Sit next to it.
Yeah, like I say, if you didn't already know, guys, Crafty Koi is doing his growing show of Muro. Is it Muro? Kahaku. At 200 quid next weekend, and if you ring up, I'll get the number and sort all the details because I've got a video coming up about it anyway. And I think he's got 19 or 20 places left. And I've been down, and they're actually really stunning. And I think they're around 30 to 35 cm at most of the Kahaku. Honestly, there isn't a bad one out of a ball. So yeah,
How very nice.
Oh,
Rich,
Oh,
I
great.
couldn't do anything when I was doing the spin the wheel, and then when I finished, I saw you there, and by the time the spin the wheel finished, you're gone. I'm like, oh, I better just apologise because I didn't know if you were coming back or not.
No, I've been trying to get on and off, but I don't know what was going on. But I just thought I'd try and
Is it just
make the
technical
numbers up.
problems? Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
having technical
Thank you very
difficulties.
much. Come on.
Oh, he's going out the window now. Oh no.
No, I'm not going out the window. It's just I'm facing the camera, looking at you a lot, and then I'm getting. Your cat wants to come in.
Are we having that drop
in.
then?
Well, let your cat in. Oh God. Well, yeah. So have you been up to much, Rich?
Yeah, I've had a really good day today. Actually, there was a.
Don't tell me you've got the Easy Pod on.
I was about to ask that.
I found another use for it, so it's been a topic of conversation today. Actually, I
Yeah.
just spilled ice cream down on me. Hang on.
Do you
No,
want to
the-
go backstage again?
I did say that today, if I get the Easy Pod going, then I got to look at the camera in the right way here. Hang on, which way am I? That way. If I get the Easy Pod going, then I've got nothing to talk to anyone about. So I'm just leaving it as an accessory. But no, we've there's
Does it work now?
he knows where I've been today because he's been there today. He spent 600 quid today on 2 fish, didn't you? Didn't you, Cashy?
Oh, his Wi-Fi stopped working again.
I'll tell you now, Cashy, he spent 600 quid on 2 fish today. We've been to the Koi Collection in Coventry. There's a YouTube event by which Andy from Derby Koi had arranged, and
Does it work? Thumbs up? Does it?
it was brilliant.
Cash it?
It was. It was.
It's clearly not going to work tonight, is it?
It was such a good day, but yeah, the money Cashy spent today was unbelievable.
Is it, there you
He
go.
was taking box after box after box to his car, and all he could keep saying was, "Don't put it on video because my wife will find out." He must have spent 600, 800 quid. I don't know what he spent.
Let's hope his wife is not watching live, then, isn't it?
You just said it now. That's him going to live with his fish.
Is
And I
Cashy?
Is it working now, Cassie? Or have you started freezing again because you're sort of in the same position and you're sort of going all blocky? I think you need to put 20p in meter just to last you long enough.
Yeah. He hasn't got 20p after the money he spent today.
You can sort it down now, can't you? Sharpie, if you want. Sorry. Sharpie, why don't you drop on?
Yeah, Sharpie was there. Yeah, Sharpie was there. Good to meet you, Sharpie. And yeah, there were some amazing fish and great deals. I bought 10 today. 10 fish. Yeah, beautiful.
Do you want to say what sort of fish they are? And
I would if I knew what they were.
come on! You must know whether the kahaku.
No, I do.
What was your favourite one you got today?
Oh, you know what? I put them in the bowl when I got home today. It's been pissing down with rain all day. I don't know what it's been like where you are, but when we were at what's it called? Where we were today, it was peeing down with rain. Got home, it was peeing down with rain. But I had some
advice, Cashy. Unplug your router, leave it for 3 minutes, plug it back in again, let it restart, and then you should be good. That's what I do before every live show about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Is I reset my router, and then everything's all good to go for the live show then. So internet-wise, I never have any problems. And it's the koi collection from Scrag.
But- Yeah, it's the koi collection. Kashi, he just run out of money. That's probably why he can't afford to get his internet going. But I got some Ginrin Showa, Kajaku, Ginrin, Shiro, 2 Akamatsuba. They were amazing. I had Vince. He was picking them for me. And the prices, they're just ridiculous. But the fish, unbelievable. It's great.
You did remember the names then, didn't you, Rich? You just said them all then.
I just made them up. No, I'm pretty sure that's what they were. But there were others. But I was just there. In fairness, Vince picked was helping me, and I was just, what do you think? And he said, yeah, that one. All right, I'll have that.
Well, it's always you go for the body, the skin, then the pattern. They're the 3 things that you look for in the koi that you're after, no matter what size it is. The body, then the skin, then the pattern. Because the pattern will always, you can sort of see the sort of pattern coming, maybe like we said earlier in the show, where you can sort of see underlying under the scales. But that's where I've always gone, is the body, the skin, then the pattern last. Because the pattern, you can sort of see the pattern developing over time, like me and you have said, haven't we, JB?
Yeah.
You probably agree that would be the same sort of order if you were looking at a fish, say about 20 cm and above. That's what you'd sort of be looking for, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, a fish's growth and health is more important to me than what the pattern is. But you've got to appreciate and like the pattern. There's no point going for a perfectly bodied and sized fish if you don't like the pattern of it. But yeah, you should always check the body and whatnot before then selecting a pattern. If it's got a dodgy fin or a bent tail or something, obviously it doesn't matter what the pattern is. I mean, on Eden Koi Pond Growing Show, I spotted the most amazing pattern Kahaku that had a brilliant body, and it was Kashi actually. We put it in Kashi's bowl as one of his sort of top 3 or 4. But then about 20 minutes later, we all noticed there was a slight defect, I think, with the tail, so we took it back out again.
Have you put on a meter and reset it all? Does that work now?
I have, yeah. I've found an old 50p to drop in. So the white.
Well, we can finally hear you now.
And not listening. Hey.
Well, we can finally hear you now, so that makes a difference.
That's not always a bonus.
3-4 attempts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think our Wi-Fi is just having a little bit of a titty fit. So,
that's why.
Did Rich? I was dropping in and out there. Did Rich realise what he bought?
No, I was just saying what you bought. I said you spent about 600 or 800 quid. Was it today? You even had a trolley to fish out. You had a trolley.
I did have a trolley. I did have a trolley. Yeah.
Rich is in the grass.
Yeah. He is, Mike. You're right. Yeah, he is a grass.
As long as you all had a good day, that's all that matters.
You know what? It's a good day, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, I think next time, if you go to a show, I know if I'm doing a live show the day after on the same day, not to let Rich on, because then if you're listening to my live show, Rich is more than likely going to grass you up to your missus.
I think it was just a bit of a joke with Kashi, wasn't it? I think everyone had the video on you.
She knows everything. Yeah, she's not the first. Sorry, they're not the first to.
But
she watches all the videos and then she believes me. So that's all right.
Oh, really? But to be honest, to answer your question, do I know what I bought? No.
Over time, you'll get to know, you got Chags, sort of guys. Obviously, there is more names and more names coming out. But like your basic ones, like your Chag, your Sorogoys, your Showers, your Deutsch Showers, your Sankis, Go Sankis, Goramos. It's just getting to figure out the names, and obviously you got Achibas, or Platinum Orgons.
Dave, I'd stop there, mate. There's like over 200 of these.
A few, so then you could sort of, they come eventually to you. The Chags, obviously, one of the most easiest ones to go with.
No, I know most of the fish. It was just a case, at the speed that they were being selected, I didn't know what was going in the bag. that was a problem. But there was some great fish. I bowled them up tonight, and I had 3 bags, I think, 10 fish, and I put them all in the bowl, and there's some great fish. Great fish. Only small ones, and they're only small, probably 10 to 15 cm. And I said I wasn't going to say how much they were, but they were 25 quid each. And I've got them in what I've made as a small grow-on tank now, so we'll just see what they develop like. But there's certainly my favourite fish is a shower, and I've got 2 like Ginrin shower. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Nice. Well, I will look forward to seeing all the videos about it.
Yeah, if you've never been, it's a nice place. They've got it's a good setup.
It's great, wasn't it? And it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Andy and Ken, the guy, the boss down there, they put on a good day.
Yeah, they did.
I think there was a hot dog eating competition going on between a few of them down there. Like, I thought I could put it away.
That's going to be very YouTube friendly, Cashy, is it? Let's be fair.
No, it would. I'd be proper hot dogs.
No, they were. Even Bisley, he must have had 18.
Yeah.
Well, it's similar to the conversation what Jamie ran about earlier, where you've obviously grown a lot of yours from fry and how they've developed and changed. It's the same sort of thing. Hopefully that's what you'll go through, Rich. We're getting about 10 cm to 15 cm. You'll see how good the growth and the development and the change in the patterns and everything that comes along with it.
All being well. Yeah, all being well.
Well, only time will tell, and then Finland lass has plenty of hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I got 50 Kijaku fry from New Forest on Friday. Nice. So they're about an inch long. But looking forward to watching them. Come on, it's I'm impatient to sell, so I like to get the bigger fish, but there is something special about watching the smaller ones grow on, definitely.
Well, that's what it's about, is having the patience. I'm slowly watching them develop. Like you say, it can go. It's whatever each person wants to get out the hobby, I suppose, isn't it? Some people want to buy them big, where they've either finished or close to finish. People like to get them in the middle, like I do, about 20 to 30 cm, and you still got that bit of development and growth to come out of them.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Well, I think the missus is rocking back up again from. We're doing the bathroom at the moment. She's been round to her mates for a shower. So very kind of you to invite me on to plug the growing show. If it's all right with you, DT. We've been looking for a little while.
I'll remove me. I'll remove there.
Oh, hello. Oh, blinking out.
And then it gives you a chance to talk about it, and we'll all just stay at the back.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay. Nice one. That's a bit weird now, being on my own on the live. We thought it was missing something up north in terms of growing shows. There's some fantastic growing shows I've been on. I've been a part of a couple. They've all been down south. So we thought it'd be nice to have something that was a little bit closer to home. So I've joined up with Danny at My Boys Koi. And we are going to do a growing show, which is going to be on the 30th of September. It's going to be in Wrexham. We've got the venue booked. We'll announce the venue a little bit closer to the time. We've got 2 fish. It's going to be a Karashigoi for the growing side of things, and then we've got a Chiba, which are going to be judged on quality. So there's 2 fish there. The 2 fish are supplied wholesale by Koi Water Barn. I think they are Momotaro or Sakai actually, sorry, Sakai Fish Farm they are. So that's the two Sakai fish for 60 quid, which is an absolute bargain. We're making nothing on the fish. The idea is just to get as many people as possible involved in a growing show based up north. There will be fish there for sale on the day. There'll be dry goods. There'll be Will's Koi coming up and doing some of his bonsai, his wire bonsais. So that'll be great as well. And there's a few other bits and bobs going on. And we're looking at then running that from September through to about April time. And then we're going to do another one from April through September. And we are going to announce the dates of those actually on the day. And we will have trophies pre-made on the day, so you can see the trophies that are going to win. And we're hoping that the boss down at Koi Water Barn is going to be one of the judges and help us out as well. So it's going to be a really good event. We're really pushing it. You know, we're right behind it. We want to see these growing shows finish and get as many people involved as possible. Even if you can't make it, you can still buy into it. If you go on mine or Danny's channels, you'll see it. Evening, Nigel. You'll see the links in there to be able to go on and buy a place. If you can't make it up and you still want to join, please feel free to do so. You'll just be relying on myself and Danny to pick your fish for you. So we just want to get as many people involved as possible. It'd be really great if you could get behind it.
Nice one.
No pressure there, then, will it, Cashier? Boom. Get the full screen, so then you get your few minutes of fame on somebody else's channel.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much indeed.
It's not a problem whatsoever. You know, we're all here to help one another. You know, that's what the Koi community, you know, is, to help one another. And, you know, it's just what it's about for me. You know, I've made lifetime friends through fish. You know,
I agree. I mean, it's like today, you know, if it wasn't for YouTube and people getting together and what have you, you know, I wouldn't have known half of these people. I mean, obviously there's Rich, but there's always exceptions. So, you know.
Are you sure he's not an exception anyway?
We've all got to tolerate one, haven't we?
That's only because I know he spent 600 quid on 2 fish and he doesn't want to tell his missus.
He did, yeah.
Well, if anybody does have any, you know, any questions to one of the panel, me or whatever, you type it in the comment, or it's on the blue banner, click the link, and you'll be able to come on. It's welcome to anybody that wants to come on. You know, it's just what it's about. Hopefully somebody else will come on or give us some questions, because actually we're at an hour and 45, which is the longest show I've done, so we can keep on going for me.
I only come on because I thought it was nearly finished.
I'm going to leave you guys
a bit of fame.
Yes, now, Rich.
So I'll see you later. The good lady's just arrived, so I'm gonna go and do some groveling. Thanks, Rich. Nice one,
mate.
Thanks for letting me on there, mate. Take care.
See you in a bit.
And then the Caleb Shirley, I get such hatred for being a 16-year-old YouTuber getting into the fish hobby. Well, to be fair, there's I haven't seen none of that, because if you go and check out Humber Koi on his channel, he does it with his son, you know, and you can see the good son father relationship. And personally, I've never seen, you know, hatred on the sort of thing. But you know,
has that person, Caleb, got a YouTube channel that we can promote?
Let's talk fish. I think it is, Kayla. If you don't mind, if you put your channel link in the description, in the comments, then people will be able to check it out. And then after the show, if they rewatch the show, they'll be able to then click on it as well. Like I say, we're all here to help one another and help each other grow, as long as people don't grass them up to their wives.
Hey, Yeah, you don't know the background today. He deserved it.
Or if you wanted to, just jump on the link here, Luke, because it'd be nice to see another face, you know, on the YouTube scene, and it'll be something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
wanted to, and you feel confident enough, jump on, because it's more the merrier. And like I say, it's what it's about. You know, getting people to sort of figure new channels out, and you know, it'll be just very nice if you wanted to. Obviously, if you don't want to, I understand as well.
Yeah.
And there you go. Nigel says, "Rich, say nothing."
He
So I
was,
think people are going to start paying you not to come on my show. I think I need to earn some royalty for you not coming on, don't I?
you can see who was there now. You can see who was there and who wasn't.
I don't know.
But no, back to that, Caleb. I think the person shouldn't give in to being told not to do it or having negative feedback. You know, this hobby needs every age group, and as long as you've got an enjoyment in it, everyone's here, whatever age you are, to enjoy it and share information and stories.
Well, for me, the reason why I've carried on doing it, other than fly, is because one, if I can help even one person out, not do the whatever mistake, or I can help somebody out in a certain way, then it's always a positive manner. Because there was one comment on one of my videos where it absolutely made my weekend, because the comment was something like, a few people need to be a little bit more like you, where they're always positive and positive this and vibes and something along them lines. And that proper, if only one person even watches your video and thinks like that, it's all positive to me.
Absolutely.
And I've also, with the Nexus video I did, it was Umber Koi and Skeggy. I thought I was doing it right, but obviously there was a bit of an issue which I didn't know about. So also doing your videos, if there's something you don't know, you know, then it's welcome to get the feedback back as well to say, look, you need this or that bit. If you did that, it's all good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally.
What people also forget with the human race, we're really bad at this, especially in England. But we don't seem to praise the good things people do, but we're always quick to jump on the negatives. And it's the same on online. You know, you could have 1,000 views and one negative comment, but that still means 999 people enjoyed the video. It's just they didn't voice the fact that they enjoyed it. But people always seem to leave negative comments, but it's a minority, and you've just got to try and be stronger and grow on it, you know, and ignore them.
You like you say, you've just got to think of all the positives and just keep on going and going. And then Finland Last says, I'll put it straight to Rich, to the panel, what's your favourite koi?
Ooh. In our own pond or in general?
I gather it'll be what's in your own pond.
In my own pond currently, it's my big Orgata Chag, but my dream koi is a really nice Tancho, and I have got a nice one now, but he's still little, so he may become my favourite one day, but right now he's still a little tiny one.
Go on, Rich.
Showa.
And if it wasn't in your pond, would it still be your favourite koi? Or do you have another one?
No, I'd say Showa. Just the difference, the balance of colours.
And mine, favourite in my pond is the Goromo. And to be fair, I have now got Showas, so it's sort of in between. Because obviously you don't know what the show is going to turn out like, but I've always liked the colour of the Goromos because mine's a little bit different. Mine's white and blue, yeah, but it's getting little bits now of red in it and a little bit of yellow. It's just something different. And then she just said, I both. And then Kasia goes to Chiba. There was a stunner there today.
Yeah.
And then like Skeggy goes back to the other comment. Sometimes it's not negativity. it's a solution, like it was sort of with mine, where it's the feedback that you get that you didn't know about, which then obviously will help you. And I'm going to do a follow-up video for that, Skiggy. And then Nip says, Asagi, aka Matsuba, please don't make the name too complicated, because I'll be like,
Akimatsuba. I bought 2 of them today.
Are you sure you've bought them? Are you sure they're the right ones?
Definitely.
And like
And
I
they're
said,
about 35 centimeters smaller than my biggest one, but
I
definitely.
say
Had to,
you've already got a really nice Akamatsuba in your palm.
yeah, I bought 2 small ones today from the show, or the get together we had today.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And like I say, if anybody else does want to jump on, then they're more than welcome to click the link and you'll be backstage. And then obviously I'll bring you onto the show. And if you have got any questions, then feel free to put them in the comments or come on the show and ask them. Because like Simon, she is normally, when posting questions online, take Mother in a Sundays to get a response. I don't bother anymore. I just watch the. Is it live? Oh, so just watch that and then that symbol. Even though I don't talk, gets more sense though. The thing is, I don't know if you two have the same problem, but with mine, I might get the odd comment flash up on my main screen, and then like once or maybe twice a week I have to go in the YouTube studio, and then I've got about 5 or 6 comments in there that you have to then reply to because you haven't got notifications for.
Yeah. Sometimes YouTube don't send you the notifications for some reason. I found it more on older videos. I normally get all the notifications for my latest video, but I go on the YouTube studio and people have left comments like 3 or 4 days ago on like old videos. Like I had one when I fitted the bottom drain in my main pond, which was well over a year ago now, and someone had left a comment on there, and it just for some reason don't send you the notification.
And then, is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's that one there. Jamie, wait until you see the Tancho Kahaku I picked up today. With
That's a Kajaku, but yeah. Oh, I love Tancho Kajaku.
Very nice.
And then that symbol was Japanese. Thank you, Simon. And
Looking forward to seeing that.
Same here, mate. Totally agree. It's one of them. I think sometimes it's YouTube's error to why we don't actually get the comments through as a notification. Sometimes don't get the email. You just have to go on YouTube Studio and then sort it out that way.
Yeah.
We'll all try and reply to the comments when we find them. Even if they are on all the videos, we will eventually find them.
Yeah.
I tell you what, actually, I had 2 comments pop up, even on the YouTube Studio. They weren't there for donkeys, and all of a sudden I got a notification on the studio, so I clicked on it, and it was one from Lau from the French Connection and one from another YouTuber. And when I looked at how long ago they'd actually wrote those comments, they were 8 months old, and YouTube had only just let me know that the comments were there. So I replied to them anyway 8 months later and apologized and said these comments have only just popped up, but thank you very much for the comment. The pond's finished now. But,
it's and then Rich has gone again, and he must have pressed it himself. But yeah, if anybody got any more questions they would like to ask me or Jamie, the question you can ask is say, do you reckon Jamie should be near enough the full-time co-presenter? Not all the time, because he's busy now and again. But when he is always available, do you reckon he should always be the co-host? Type yes or no in the comments, just to get you guys involved before we end the show. Look, you can see that grin he wants to. You can see it.
There's going to be an awful lot of no's coming up now.
Oh, come on. There's 26 watching, so surely we can get at least 8 comments, whether say yay or no. So go on before we end the show, because then I think I'm going to order something to eat for my tea.
We get drinking.
We might get a Chinese, love. We will see, because she's sat in the background like, oh. Nipping Koi says yes. So it seems that even though we've only got 1 comment at the minute, the 1 comment is the winning.
I can put 8 comments.
Say, look at that grin, you know you want to do it. Obviously, I know you can't.
I told you before, mate. If I'm available, I'll be here to give you no problem. It just depends if I'm available or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, if that's what I said. Not all the time, but most of the time when you are available. And there you go, as another yes. So that seems to be the one that seems to be winning. You ain't got no no's, so and the public are choosing what they want. So I can't help it. I know you're not available all the time, but still. But yeah, I think on that note, guys, we've got. Well, should I just? Well, I'm gonna probably close the show off here because we've been going for 1 hour 56. I'm sure Jamie's got a few things to do. And then we've just got Charlie Brifter Brown being a good live DT. Jamie chats in detail. Well done to the new co-hosts. Thumbs up. And then we've got Corey Dreams. Yes. Jamie. Mike F says Jamie knows his stuff. Finland Lass. Yes. Sharpies. Yes. Miss Tropical Coy. Good night. Thanks for watching. Nipping Coy. Cashy Coy. Night all. Nip Coy. Night all. And then he just wants to come on just as I'm ending the show. That seems about right for Rich, doesn't it? So on that note, guys, you all take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Keep calm, keep coy, and until the next one, you all take care. Catch you later.
Night, guys.